yesterday we mentioned that from the reports from the Ghana Olympic Committee's Congress held last month, some members had raised issues with how the executives or the executive board of the Olympic movement had spent a fund which was made available by an international donor agency, in excess of $49,000 of 100,000 USD donation to construct a basketball court and a tennis court. So we decided to follow up. Our cameras were at the Amasaman Olympic Stadium, and there were some reactions. Nana Mankata is president for Sports for All and a member of the Ghana Olympic Committee. He spoke on behalf of some members of the Olympic movement who are unhappy about the way the executive board has disbursed and spent over 49,000 US dollars on the construction of the basketball court and the tennis court.
I think the Amasaman has been there for so many years. Well, I mean, just some few years when we took in when they took over. But we found out that at least if they say Olympafrica and it's geared towards talent identification and other things, we should have visibility. Why it necessitated us for us to come here because we had little information about the infrastructure development which is here, which is not a unique one, and beside that, it is also not too the best for us for usage. So we decided that, okay, we are federations, and it's like somebody is building a house for you, and then you sit in the office, my AC, you've not seen it. So we decided that let's come and see it for ourselves and judge by whatever accounts they brought to us, so that will be part of our argument.
Now, having visited the site and seen the works that have gone into it, I've just cited your report, an amount in excess of $49,000 have been spent on this project. Are you impressed with what you have seen?
How can I be impressed? I'm not very impressed because the amounts said done here is not correct. By ordinary lame person can judge from it that one, because even the flow here for the tennis court or whatever it is has serious cracks. And I believe that if this one is done for 2 years and it's compacted well, it shouldn't have cracks in the floor like that. So I don't think. Okay, so reactions from Nana Mankata, who is president of Sports for All, the Sports for All Federation, a member of the Olympic movement. Jerry Afiye, let me start with you. So you saw, I mean, these are Metro TV cameras. Yeah. So it's not that someone has gone to do, I was personally there myself, and then I was personally there, and then I saw it. And according to the GOC members, but according to them, in the Congress report, it is captured that the goalpost we see on the field, not the field itself, but this goalpost, together with the two courts, cost the GOC 49,000 US dollars.
Michael, this is unacceptable because this is not value for money in any way, and these things must be audited. We've had similar stories in the past. People have gone scot-free, and because there was no proper investigation. But I am not saying that I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but I think there should be auditing. There should be auditing so that we can understand. Maybe this is not the full story, because if you tell me the goalpost and the court cost $60,000, $49,000, it does not add up.
But the courts are two. There are two courts. There's a concrete basketball court and then a concrete tennis court.
But yeah, I mean, a first-class tennis court. I mean, they could have constructed 2 first-class tennis courts with that amount of money. So this is a substandard tennis court. Who is going to train on this? I mean, even first cycle students.
My biggest surprise, it didn't look like a multi-purpose court because it has no markings for volleyball. But my biggest surprise was that this is the poles in the court.
center of the court.
Yes,
and that's a volleyball
post.
Yeah. So it tells you that
that should even tell us about. I mean, the contractor or whoever was
even the quality of the court is, substandard, and you can see it is already deteriorating, and I don't know who were they constructing these facilities for? Who were they expecting to come and train? Is it for national athletes, or is it for community members, or is it for first and second cycle schools, or who are the targeted people that are expected? Because this is substandard. You don't even expect even first cycle students to be training on such courts. Okay. And we've moved past that level.
Okay.
Long ago. And let me speak about that particular place. I saw the walls that were constructed during BT Baba's era. And
that should be over 15 years.
Over 15 years. And you could see that nothing has happened to the walls.
Strong.
Yes, I remember BT Baba constructed those walls to protect the land. But for maybe he doing that, maybe the land would have been gone by now.
Okay.
And if some funds are coming through, because these are not even funds from government, these are funds from Olympafrica?
Yeah, Olympafrica.
And you want to do something there. Do something that will give us value for money. And these are some of the things that we want to change in this country with the reset of the country. These things should no longer be happening.
This topic will certainly be on the table again. We are trying to access the document as to, we have the general cost, but what specifically was spent on the things, the goalposts, the basketball court, this, that, and we'll make efforts
to get those.
Michael, is the money come from, wherever the money is coming from, people must be held accountable immediately. As soon as possible. You see, it's been long overdue. The stealing in this country. You use $49,000 to construct this concrete. Jesus Christ. And you just don't understand people. When people are put at the helm of affairs, Professor asked that Africans are rather trained, those who go to school, go and come back to become thieves. Honestly, those who are put, because the Bukrung people who are put at the helm of affairs to superintend over our developments, to make sure GOC today, when you go to Olympic Games, we have non-residential basketball team. They have to go and sleep somewhere. But if we are making use of monies given to us, you've been given $100,000 to spend on do something monumental with it. At least we take a crème poor, because definitely. But to squander the money, whether we don't know what you use the money to do. You wasted it and did this. People must be held accountable. When we start doing that, this canker will stop gradually. At least crime will always not go totally, but it will come down. It will come down. If the Saudis, the Arab world, this is what they do, would they have reached where they have reached today? But they make sure they account for every person they are giving to you. $49,000 2 years ago, and this is what you can construct: 2 goalposts here and there, south and north, and then this basketball court and 1 tennis court. $49,000. Those who use the money are thieves.
No. You can, Jonathan Akko, you cannot say that.
Okay.
You have to retract that.
Okay, I retract it. But they should be checked.
Okay.
Maybe they've embezzled. Allegedly.
No.
This
see.
Allegation of embezzlement.
Jonathan Akko, that I would rather want you to say we have not had value for money. It is possible that they pay that money to the contractor who did the shoddy job. Let me bring you in, Kobe Jones. You have the next 3 minutes.
Thank you very much. To be honest with you, I'm a bit perplexed because I've worked with the GOC before.
Yeah.
I remember the time that we went there for the first time. I was the deputy communications officer of the GOC, so I know a bit of these stories. Okay. But I think since I don't remember the last time I went there. So me seeing these pictures, it was a bit, I don't know what to say. And the amount of money being quoted, because I remember the $100,000. I think it's Olympafrica is a foundation, and mostly what they do is that they help the NOCs. And when I talk about NOCs, I'm talking about National Olympic Committees to build facilities for kids and for schools, because of course that is where you have to. GOC is not meant to honor talent, not to develop talent, because we have federations. But you create this opportunity so that
enabling
environment, so that when it's like holidays, the kids can go there and do their summer programs, and that is what I knew when the thing came. I remember when the man came, the man who was in charge, we went to the place. So I'm surprised I'm seeing this, to be honest with you. The amount being quoted.
And the sad part is that to be able to access further funds from the movement, Olympafrica,
I'm even coming.
We must send a report of what we have done with the $100,000 we've been given.
Michael, let me.
So that is good.
And if they find value for money,
then
that is the only way they will give us more.
Yeah, you see,
but with what we have done, can we be proud to send a report that we can be confident about?
My father sent you to school, you go and smoke weed, you go and steal, and then can you come and ask for school fees,
Michael,
to continue?
You see, again? IOC, FIFA, these are organizations, and even in the sporting world, FIFA has, IOC has money more than all of them. I remember I went to a seminar, IOC seminar, and they told us that the IOC money is for the NOCs. The only thing is that you present a program, then you assess the money. The same thing like the Go project that GOC does. You understand? So this one, the Olympafrica is a foundation. When you're able to account for the first one, then you ask for another. Then even after the 100,000, there is an opportunity for you to get more. You understand?
Yeah.
So if what I'm seeing, it's a bit of worry.
Okay. In fact, we'll continue with this conversation. We're making efforts to get the statement of finance or a statement of expenditure, so that we can be able to go into detail what was spent on what, and then we will do from a layman's point of view value for money audit here on this platform before whatever auditors they are calling